He told me he want receipts. Let's start with your mother, nigga. Your mother got the receipts. Everything is in your mother's name. That's the one who got the receipts. You need more proof? Biggie ain't here, so Big can't give you no receipts. He dead. Craig Mack can't give you receipts. He dead. What are you talking about? Who else? Black Rob can't give you receipts. He dead. And everybody else you made sign paperwork so they can't talk about what I'm talking about. I'm the only one with the guts. You're not signing, because I ain't need the money. All money ain't good money. Remember that. Remember that. Remember that. You know who to play with.
That boy is so rich in riches and is so rich in defeat. And I just happen to be the one.
Rich in defeat.
I mean, just, it seemed like everybody that was on that label, something really bad happened to, other than me.
Yeah.
So I think that's...
The shocking news shared by Mase today has left the industry in disbelief. He is revealing all the details about Diddy's infamous parties, and the list of celebrities involved will blow your mind. This isn't just gossip. It's a serious issue that could change everything. Some of these stars might never recover from their secrets being exposed. Hollywood is known for hiding its dark secrets, but Mase has brought this one to light. We're going to dig deep into this story, and it looks like it goes very far. Get ready for some reputations to take a hit, and a lot of damage control in the aftermath.
Everything now that we see playing out was all the things I escaped. The car, the shine, the loan, Puff Daddy. And that's what you guys have a problem with. So I don't know if it's me or you got a problem with the Bible, because all I did was handle it the way you're supposed to handle it. And I'm up for all the smoke he has to bring. Puff can't beat me at anything. Anything. And he knows that. And I'm up for the challenge. And until I see you again, just know I may do a lot of things you don't agree with. Pray for me like I would pray for you, instead of letting your voice be used against something that could be a phenomenal change for our culture. We don't need no more leaders like that. We need new gatekeepers. If there's ever been a company, just think of this, that handled those people that way for 20 straight years, you wouldn't keep them in leadership. So why should we keep these same gatekeepers who have done nothing but exploited us and used our talents against us?
These are the kinds of parties that would make even the most experienced Hollywood veterans pause. We're not talking about your typical pool party with a few drinks and selfies. Imagine a mansion tucked away in the hills, with a guest list that rivals the Grammy red carpet and security tighter than Fort Knox. You might think this is just another celebrity gathering, but it's far from it. The truth about what happens behind those velvet ropes is more outrageous than you could ever imagine, and it's been going on longer than you think. We're talking about an exclusive social club for the rich and famous, where normal rules don't apply. So, what really goes down at these parties? They're extremely private and a bit naughty. Picture a game of truth or dare, but without any restrictions, lots of skin, and even more money on the line. At these gatherings, reputations can be made or shattered, and they're not one-time events. Rumor has it that Diddy has been hosting these intimate get-togethers for years. We're looking at an underground scene that has been the industry's best-kept secret until now.
I just want to say, I know a lot of people want to hear these stories and everything like that, because this is stuff that happened back in the day. And then maybe that if they knew there was going to ever be a YouTube, or they knew there was going to ever be social media, a lot of the stuff probably wouldn't have got played out like it did. But things happen, and these are just stories from the past. I would like to use that as, what you call that, just to clear the facts up what's going on. But it all started, we was in Atlanta. And this story starts when I'm with Puff, and he's in the exotic bookstores and he's doing shopping, right? He's shopping, getting his stuff and everything like that. So, you know, this is the first time I was ever in an exotic bookstore with Puff. So, you know, I'm giving him his space. He's taking things off the shelves and stuff like that, because they gave him a brown paper bag. When they gave him a brown paper bag, he was just putting stuff in there. So I said, damn, he got to go put it on the counter and, show everybody what he's getting. So as he's going, I'm just looking at the places where he's picking stuff from. So there's one part he picked up some things from up here on my left side. And then he picked like quite a few of them down. I was like, okay. He put them in the bag. So when I went by there and I looked up there and it said butt plugs. And I was like, hey, yo. I was messing with him. Because people don't understand, we was like friends. He was a part of the same gang. So I'm still gonna tease him. I'm still gonna mess with him and everything like that. I could do that. It wasn't just no security thing. So I say, yo, what are you getting this for? And it said butt plugs, and he was like, yo, can I do my shopping by myself? I said, yeah, you could do it by yourself, brother. And he started walking and everything like that. When he got I just waited at the counter. When he got to the counter, he didn't even have to show the guy nothing. He just gave the guy a wad of money. I mean, like, he gave the guy a stack, something like this. And Puff wasn't the dude that carried no 20s and no 50s and nothing like that. And I mean, like, he just said, boom. And we walked out the store. So we had to leave Atlanta and go to North Carolina for a show. You understand? And it was him, this rapper, Sarah, and this other girl. We all got on a G5 jet, and we flew to G4 jet, and we flew to North Carolina. So later on I think that afternoon, same day, this rapper and him, they all in the room together. It's Sarah, the girl, Puff, and this dude, this rapper. So I'm hearing at the door and stuff like that, like, yeah, so then next thing you know, somebody rang the doorbell. We had the presidential suite where we was at. So I opened the door and the dude said, yo, I'm here for my cousin. I said, who your cousin? And he said, Ja Rule. I said, well, he busy right now. He said, he busy doing what? I said, he with Puff, they're in the room, they busy, they don't want to be bothered. He said, well, I'm going in there. I said, bruh, you ain't going in there because he told me they don't want nobody to be bothering him. He was like, yo, I don't care, man, I'm going in there. That boot like that. I said, yo, bruh, Jesus Christ had to come down here and take the air out of my body before you get in that room right there. Watch. He tried to bum rush me. I grabbed him and threw him against the piano. When I threw him into the piano, Puff and Ja Rule runs out the room. Puff got his towel, Ja grabbing his towel, but they butt the naked. And so then Ja was like, yo, what's going on? Yo, G, that's my cousin. He know me well, and Puff was like, yo, G, what happened? I said, he tried to get in the room. I told him he couldn't get in the room. And he was like, Puff looked at Ja. He said, yo, Ja said, you ain't want to go in that room. There was a lot of freaking going on. So I was like, oh, he said it was a lot of freaking going on. So that was basically that story, man. You know what I'm saying? They went back in the room. Dude felt a certain kind of way, and he left out. So I seen them at the concert the next day, and they tried to, form up against me. But my man Frank was like, I told my man Frank, I was like, yo, Frank, put yourself in that position. Somebody trying to get in the room, and Ja told you don't let nobody get in the room. What would you do? Now, y'all can do whatever y'all want to do, man, but I ain't taking no losses. Yo, you good, and that was it. Bruh, when Ja said, you don't want to come up in there, a lot of freaky stuff is going on. You got to use your mind. What they was doing with those butt plugs.
So, why is this gossip making headlines now? It seems like the dam has finally broken. Maybe someone got tired of keeping secrets, or perhaps the pressure of all that hush-hush became too overwhelming. Whatever the reason, controversy is erupting like a tsunami now that the floodgates have opened. The issue is that these parties are more than just wild gatherings. They resemble bizarre networking events. Imagine being in your birthday suit while making connections that could change your career. It's absurd, but sometimes that's just how things get done in Hollywood. The weirdest part? Some of the biggest stars in the game regularly attend these gatherings. We're talking about your favorite clean-cut pop stars and wholesome TV actors, people you wouldn't expect at a party like this. It turns out that these idols have been leading double lives. But don't think for a second that this is just a Hollywood way to have fun. These parties are like a twisted game of chess, where participants use their bodies and reputations as pawns. Everything has a price, and it's all fine and dandy until someone loses a multi-million-dollar deal because of what happened behind closed doors. Secrecy around these events is as tight as Fort Knox. Most people in Hollywood were unaware these operations were happening. They were more like Fight Club than anything else, just without the violence.
Sean Diddy Combs' investigation. New surveillance video shows Combs being taken into custody in a Manhattan hotel last week. Our senior investigative correspondent, Aaron Kotursky, is at the scene of his arrest. Good morning, Aaron.
Good morning to you, Robin. This is the hotel where Sean Combs was arrested a week ago. You can now see how that arrest went down. This morning, watch how federal agents took Sean Diddy Combs into custody. He's seen in this video entering the Park Hyatt Hotel in Midtown Manhattan with others when agents from Homeland Security Investigations approach and separate him. They place Combs under arrest and lead him out the front door in handcuffs. His lawyer said Combs had come to New York 2 weeks earlier with the intention of turning himself in. He did not expect the agents to be waiting at his hotel last Monday night.
Why doesn't the government want him to turn himself in? Because then they can't ask for detention. So they go and they arrest him. They arrest a guy who came to New York to turn himself in. 1, 2, 3.
A day earlier, Combs seen out and about in New York with his family, seemingly in good spirits. Combs has pleaded not guilty to racketeering, conspiracy, sex trafficking, and prostitution charges. At the center of the case, this 2016 video obtained by CNN that depicts Combs attacking his then-girlfriend, the singer Cassie, and then dragging her back toward a hotel room. Federal prosecutors said the video is powerful evidence of how dangerous the hip-hop mogul could be to women, part of why 2 different federal judges denied him bail.
This has to be a 100% culture shock. I can't imagine living a lifestyle of the incredibly rich and famous and then going into this very dark, impersonal, cold, austere facility.
Combs, who lived in this $50 million Miami mansion, is now in an isolated unit of a federal jail in Brooklyn known for miserable conditions.
The special housing unit is a 24-hour lockdown unit, which means that any movement within that unit is controlled and coordinated, and no inmate moves outside of his cell without being in full restraints, to include leg irons, handcuffs, a belly chain, and at least 2, if not 3 staff members escorting them.
The team is about to blow your mind, so hang on to your wigs. The list of celebrities regularly attending these wild parties will make you question everything you thought you knew about your favorites. The walls of this secret superstar club are coming down, so let's dive in. First up is America's sweetheart, Taylor Swift. Yes, you read that right. It's rumored that Diddy's infamous parties might involve Taylor, known for her flawless beauty and strong squad goals. This news could hit Swiftie harder than any drama involving Kanye, and let's not forget about surprise guests. How about Ellen DeGeneres, the host of everyone's favorite talk show? If this gossip is true, the queen of daytime TV, known for her generosity and dancing, might have been doing some very different moves behind closed doors. IT gets even juicier. Remember Brad Pitt, Hollywood's golden boy? He seems to be practicing more than just his Oscar-winning skills at these get-togethers, which might explain the sly smile he always has. He's been keeping some of the biggest secrets. You might wonder why these famous faces would risk everything for a wild night out. In Hollywood, it's all about who you know and how you know them. These gatherings are not just about having fun. They're also opportunities to seal multi-million-dollar deals while enjoying body shots. It's a crazy world out there.
When they did that raid, you understand? What they did was, prior to the raid, they reviewed that civil lawsuit. And that civil lawsuit told, Cassie's civil lawsuit was LeRod had already did it. LeRod hadn't did his yet, did he? Did LeRod do his lawsuit before the raid or after the raid?
Oh, before.
Yeah, so what they did was they reviewed both of those civil lawsuits and found that there was some criminal activity in those lawsuits. We spoke that on Art of Dialogue. We spoke about that on your show. I said if they really wanted him, all they had to do was review those civil lawsuits. And once they find the criminal activity in those, they could bring him in. Now, did the Federal Bureau of Investigation in Miami do it? No, they didn't. Did California do it? No, they did not. The Southern District of New York, they took it upon themselves and put on that raid and everything based on the information they found in Cassie lawsuit and the information they found in Little Rod lawsuit. But all this is bigger than Diddy. It's bigger than Diddy, bro. Cause you know who else they was doing investigation on during that whole time period? It was the mayor and the politicians in New York City. They turn around and give him the key to the city. All the mayor people that he brought on here in New York City are all resigning. They all resigning. People ain't gonna tie this together, but if you look at it, you have to say, because of Mayor Adams and his relationship with Diddy, it brought on the Southern District of New York to start investigating Diddy on civil lawsuits that was put against him. Because the feds is going after all these politicians in New York City.
But here's where it gets really interesting. I'm about to drop a bombshell. Some of these celebrities weren't just guests, they were actively recruiting people to join the fun. It's like a twisted version of celebrity telephone. Rather than sending messages, they're sending out invites to wild parties. For example, Leonardo DiCaprio, known for loving a good time, was Diddy's right-hand man when it came to bringing in fresh faces. It's like he was running his own model agency, but with way more tequila and a lot less clothing. Imagine the headlines: Leo scores big off the court at Diddy's secret parties. And let's talk about LeBron James. The king of the court may have been conducting business in a whole new way during these parties. You might be wondering how all of this stayed under wraps for so long. Well, it turns out what happens at Diddy stays at Diddy's until now. These parties were more locked down than Fort Knox, with non-disclosure agreements flying around faster than clothes coming off. But honey, even the tightest lips start to loosen after too many nights of debauchery. The real gag is that some of these celebrities were using these parties as a cover for even wilder behavior. There are hints of secret rooms within secret rooms where the real high-stakes games were played.
Yeah, the feds revealed that, anybody that, participated in any, criminal behavior at his freak-offs, they're gonna pursue.
Listen here. The mayor here take like 15 spoons of sugar in his coffee. So it's all a possibility.
Do you think there's any celebrities on those tapes?
Bro, he gave celebrity parties. So what you think? I think they're not telling the whole truth, is that because of the situation in Miami and the situation in California, and they closed the clubs like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. or something like that, that Justin and Christian was bringing big vans of girls and people back to the mansion and giving parties and stuff like that. And a lot of those stuff were their parties. A lot of that shit was their parties. They wasn't always Puff parties. It was his son's parties.
Good point. They said some of these freak-offs will last for days.
That's where they're gonna get him on the sex trafficking thing. Especially like if he was traveling and doing it. That's where the sex trafficking come at. That you hiring sex workers to come and have sex with your girl? That's crazy. That's some Hollywood that I don't even know, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. But they also claiming that, Diddy, he'll give ecstasy to his victims to keep them obedient.
Then they have to bring those witnesses in there. That's gonna be something hard to prove. Unless Lil Rob or Lil Cassie state that was something that happened. That's how the prosecutor's gonna prove that. They got a ton of evidence that they gotta try to prove, bro. A lot of that if you read it, it could be circumstantial, you know what I'm saying? But they gotta have witness to back it up. You just can't say that happened based on somebody lawsuiting what the words that they're saying. They have to have witnesses in there. And I think Puff lawyers is gonna be smart enough to attack that.
Right. And they claiming that Diddy, he was blackmailing his victims because he had videos from old freak-offs and he was using those videos to get his victims to do another freak-off. So.
If he was blackmailing people, especially people that work for him, see, this is what it's gonna get him at. See, people think that, those people work for him, or those people, if they was artists and they worked for him, or they were engineers, or anybody that worked for them and stuff like that, your boss cannot blackmail you to do nothing. If you do a sexual act or you doing anything, your boss, if he have you doing those things like that, then he could be liable for suit. Because you're not doing it willingly. Because that individual is your boss. So psychologically, you know what I'm saying? I don't care what nobody say, that when somebody has something over you, could determine your job, your career, your livelihood. That's somewhat of a blackmail if they holding stuff that they've done, that you've done in the past, over your head to make you continually doing that stuff. Now, that's where he loses at. Because some of those people worked for him, or he was a part of doing something. They was part of doing something for their career with him.
Now, let's talk about the man making these disclosures, Mase. He has a long history with Diddy, so he's not just any talkative rapper. Everyone's curious if he's stirring up drama or really spilling the beans. Remember when Diddy and Mase were a popular duo on Bad Boy Records, releasing hit singles and making a name for themselves? Well, that friendship fell apart faster than a winter snowbird. We're talking about a breakup that made high school breakups look like child's play. Why does Mase decide to share all this private information now? People are speculating that it might be about revenge. Mase has been trying to get his music library back from Diddy for years, and let's just say Diddy hasn't been playing nice. Mase seems to be saying, "I'm not going to be silenced anymore." It feels like he thinks Diddy is holding his music hostage, but on the other hand, some folks doubt Mase's motivations, wondering if this is just a marketing gimmick to grab attention, especially since you haven't heard his name in a while. Is this his way of saying, "Hey, don't forget about me"? Meanwhile, others in the industry are tuning into Mase's revelations like it's the hottest track of the year. It's as if Mase has finally validated what many have been thinking for years, but were too scared to say out loud. It's like someone has finally spoken up.
It was a surprise to me, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Like, when you see Puff, it's kind of a surprise, but like I told my brother, man, he was telling me he don't think Puff gonna get locked up. I said, bitch, they got Chapo. You know what I'm saying? Like I was telling you earlier, they got Chapo. They could put Chapo under the ground, they could hide Puff. But it's just long overdue. Like, for a while, it made me kind of question, like, man, it's to the point where it felt like they forced the feds to do their job. He forced the feds to do their job, because if they didn't do it, everybody looking at them like, what, do you motherfuckers exist? You know what I'm saying? Like, he done got away with too much, but you gotta understand this, right? A lot of stuff Puffy going through, and I don't wish bad on him. Like, before this transpired, I had a lot of hatred toward him, but it was about financial reasons. When it comes to this subject, it's very sensitive to me because there's a lot of victims in here. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, it's still somebody's father. You know what I'm saying? So, but we make our own bed, man. And for a long time, a lot of people, I want him to understand that a lot of people was hurt because you couldn't live your truth. Everything he going through right now is because he couldn't let go. He couldn't let go having a position of power over street niggas and also being who he is. The more who he was, he had to show more aggression. That's like when I sucked my thumb. When I grew up, the reason people might think I'm tough and right is transpired because when I was in a place to sucking my thumb, I knew I had to go extra hard for you to know not to play with me. You get what I'm saying? Like, it made me turn into somebody else because you might take a perception of me sucking my thumb. You might think I'm soft, you might think I'm gay, anything, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like with him. If people know his secrets, because believe one thing about it, you know, and that's with all these rappers. Somebody know your secrets. You might be you and Puffy getting, you know, because Puffy, I can imagine he approached these guys who going through financial situations, these rappers who get themselves, start making a lot of money, then when things don't be hot no more, you fall back on people like him. He prey on you. And what he do is, he offer you things to keep up a lifestyle. You can imagine Puffy, Playboy. You know, Playboy, don't worry about that, man. I can get us, come with me to the island, Playboy. Come chill with me. Won't be no security guards, no nothing. Won't nobody know about your business. Hey, don't worry about that. I'll wire that, Playboy. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, it's a lot of rappers out here that got secrets because they fell into them situations with Puffy. And I know this personally. Like, I know personally, but like I say, a lot of stuff that I know, like I knew a lot of stuff that came out this week we was talking about. I was like, man, I been knew that. I been knew about the girl that came out. She was just afraid to tell her story for a long time. Like I knew, when you're in a circle, like the band is like a, you know what I'm saying? So things that transpired in their band, because they work with people that we work with, you know what I'm saying? It gets back to us. And not only that, I done been on a phone call and hear people explaining their situations. Crying about, you know, situations. And it only gonna get worse. Like I was telling people, like, it's hard to say because I don't want to spoil what's coming up. You know what I'm saying? I just want to say this. Like I said, it gets deeper and deeper, and the more that come out, the more intriguing the story gonna be. All I want to tell people is, when that Netflix series come out, it's a rapper coming out with a Netflix series. I won't say no name. I don't want to spoil it for him. I'm not a friend of his. I don't want to, you know, spoil something he got going on. But I will say this: he's doing a phenomenal job, to the point where I was in awe. You get what I'm saying? I was presented an opportunity to work with him, but you know, like I said, the money wasn't enough for me to leave my couch. But he's doing a phenomenal job, man. There's so many people that's hurt behind this. There's so many people that got it's guys that can't come out because of their image. You know what I'm saying? That'll make your eyes go like, whoa. I know about the slams, the Stevie J's. I know I'm in a circle. I know about y'all. Y'all confirm. You don't got, but see, even with Stevie J, you know, when you got secrets out there of a lifestyle, and you know the lifestyle you really living, it's a community out there that really know you. You can't hide from them. You can come play tough to us because we don't hear nothing about it. We don't hang around the same crowds. They know you. They know what you and Puffy was going on, not just Stevie J, I'm just saying anybody. If you're in that community and you trying to hide something, you can hide it from the street dudes and the thugs and the regular, but they know you. And that's what a lot of rappers was facing. That's why a lot of them can't defend themselves. You hear them, they be, they can't really say no because they know somebody know you. Somebody know for a fact. Somebody was there with y'all. Somebody he confided in, like as a best friend. You know what I'm saying? That know these rapper secrets. You can imagine being propositioned by Puffy like that though, right? Like, you f***ed up. And he could fly you to a private island and get rid of the security and give you, wire you $1 million or 20. or make sure that you get this endorsement deal. That's how easy it is for him to gain leverage over people. Come on, man, you got 1,000 bottles waiting. I thought what, 10,000, 5,000, some shit like that. Who you? My boy, that's a lot of back busting. You hear me? That's too much. I was like, wait, what? It's like you ran a chain of operation. You got an operation of just back busting. Like, what are y'all like? It's not, bro. You 50. Can you even get up that much, bro? Like, you that turned on? Like, bro, baby oil. People use baby oil and shit. Well, see, that's a whole nother situation. That's a whole nother community. They got their own little. I was like, baby oil. I was like, what baby oil for? What even rubbing each other down, getting shiny and shit? Then it hit me. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. My boy was loose with it. But no, man. Prayers to Diddy, man. Prayers to him, man. You know, I don't want to kick him out. I just ain't that kind of dude. I'm getting mine. Like I say, vengeance is mine, said the Lord. It's a lot of Bible passages that pass through this dude's life that was it whatever in the dark shall come to the light. That's one we living out right now. It's one he living out more than us. Because for so long, you gotta imagine having that money and that power, secrets. He's literally assaulting men. You get what I mean? Like, it may be common nowadays, but for a man to walk up and slap your ass, or let me get your number, or come to my hotel room, that's not normal. I ain't never heard no shit like that in my lifetime, for no man to approach you like that. And he's done it several times. I just pray for his daughters, man, and all the people around him who was protected for so long. You gotta come outside right now. The Stevie J's, you still wanna fight? You still wanna fight, Stevie J? To put up the Notre Dame dudes. You still wanna fight 50, homie? I don't think so. Now, y'all, you know what I'm saying? And that's why, back to what I was saying about, that's why they act so tough. They act so tough because they know there's whispers about them. So when I see you in person, I gotta show you, I'll f you up, I'm gangster, I'm this and that. That's an act, man. Real gangsters can see through all that shit. All I say is Puffy should have just lived his life, man. You still could have been on top of the world, enjoy you. It's a world full of love. What's wrong with you living a world full of love? Even if you loving men, you full of love, bro. You ain't gotta try to come over here and maintain a character that force you to be a monster. Cause you want to be on top, you want to control monsters, you want gangsters to respect you. You still want to be able to slap a nigga in his mouth. You can't do.
The issue is that some well-known figures are starting to back up Mase's claims. We're talking about people who have been in the industry for years, seen it all, and experienced it all. They're coming forward to confirm, yeah, those parties were wild. And yes, it was exactly as Mase described. But the most shocking part is that there seems to be hard proof, images, videos, and more. Though it hasn't been confirmed yet, rumors about Mase and Knight are spreading like wildfire. One thing is clear, whether Mase is sharing the whole truth, some truths, or even lies, he is shaking up the entertainment industry like a snow globe, and the pieces are still falling. It looks like a new era in Hollywood is about to start, one where the skeletons in those stylish closets aren't just rattling, they're actually breaking out and performing the electric slide for everyone to see. If this evidence is revealed, the entertainment industry will face a nuclear bomb-level impact.
But I knew it was coming. You go back to my old interviews. All this stuff that's coming out right now, I'm so happy. It's more. But I'm so happy it finally came out. A lot of stuff people don't understand Puffy endured. A lot of stuff Puffy went through when he was younger. And I'm gonna leave it at that. Like I say, when this DVD come out, y'all check it out, man. We watched the icon fall. And a lot of people don't understand it's like a changing of the guards. That's all it is. Like, they stayed around, they played the game a little too long. And this is how God works. It's like hip-hop is independent. The music is independent. The owning of your masters is independent. It's a new changing of the guard. And all the old parasites are just falling off one by one. Because they never had talent, they just leashed on to the talent. Let me tell you what Puffy was, and what a lot of them is. They mediators, what they call them, mediators, right? Where you gotta go, they go-betweens. So you got the Leos who scared to approach the thugs like that. But Diddy from that world, so I can intermediate. I could get percentages from negotiating and making this deal, but you gotta give up that butt. You gotta give up that butt and royalties. And I can change your family life. You know why? Because he had to give up that butt. People don't understand. That's the reason. That's why it's the reason Puffy don't want to give nobody, any artist he deal with, he'll tell you, I'm making it hard for you. Yeah, I had to do this. He wants you to endure it. He endure it. And I felt bad in a sense because he was only trying to feed his family. You get what I'm saying? And he became a victim, and it turned him into a monster just trying to hide his own secrets and not living his truth. And now he in prison just from all this comes from one man not living his truth. I swear to God. Had Puffy just been who he is at heart, it might have been a few jokes. We joked about RuPaul. He's still a boss. You get what I'm saying? I feel bad for the people that got hurt trying to hide his secrets. All the people that been victimized, all the people that been put under the influence so they don't remember certain things because of who he is. And as long as you're under the influence, it ruins your credibility of speaking about anything. So I can understand why he probably kept drugs in the party. You get what I'm saying? All this behavior falls in line behind one thing, trying to hide secrets. So now you gotta use this to cover that. And now this makes you cover for that. And it's just gonna get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. It never stops. It's a cycle. That's why I don't live in fear. I don't hide secrets. I'm not scared of nobody. I don't do none of that. I live for God. Man, you live that way, your ass ain't gotta worry about nothing. You know one thing that's crazy to me though, because I know him, is me picturing them in the cell. And that shit made me feel a little bad. That's the only thing. Like, I don't like the nigga or whatever. I still got love for the nigga. You get what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't be in here right now if it wasn't for that dude. Regardless of what, it was 40,000 people. He had to hear something from me. He had to hear my talent. He had to pick me out. He had to learn my personality. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't always easy to deal with me every day too. They used to have shit on the motherfucking refrigerator. We had like notes of what people, when people come in the house, they'll know, you know, what to deal with or whatever. On the notes, they'll be like, let Fred sleep an extra 45 minutes. Like, this is like, cause when I woke up, you know, I had a bad attitude and I used to get up or whatever, but they done did too much. They did a lot to help me get where I ain't gonna say where I'm at in life, but really it's like, where am I? I'm 40, I don't own the properties or nothing, you know what I'm saying? And people don't understand, why you blaming Puffy? I'm not blaming Puffy, I'm blaming Puffy. I can't get time back. I dedicated my time to a situation to provide for my family, which I'm talking about when I was into it, I never went home like everybody got to go home on the weekends. I was the furthest away. So I was really dedicated to changing my situation. I was really dedicated and showed love to a person who I felt like, in the end, what I learned was only playing with us, and it made me react a certain way. But that don't mean I hate him.
These shocking pictures of Ellen, Brad Pitt, and Taylor Swift are about to make headlines, and Diddy's empire might collapse faster than a sandcastle in a tsunami. The fallout from this scandal is going to be huge, hotter than a sidewalk in June. Rumor has it that careers are going down the drain, contracts are being ripped apart, and endorsements are disappearing faster than you can say NBA. But here's the real kicker. Will celebrities finally learn to keep their secrets safe? Or will they just choose to skip these wild parties altogether? This could change everything, darling. Hollywood will never be the same. This drama might be too much for some to handle. So, are we ready for what's coming next?